Well, as each country has been hit by the coronavirus and its consequences, so they've had to act. And COVID-19 is exposing leaders at the top. If there ever was a time to lead, it's now, and the quality of leadership is crucial. To discuss, we're joined by the founder and CEO of Authentic Leadership, Janine Hills, via Skype. Great to have you with us, Janine. You've been involved in reputation management. Authentic Leadership is your new venture. Just explain this new journey that you're on first.
Well, hi, Francis. Nice to see you again, and late at night, and I have got pajama pants on, and I do have slippers on. So, you're phoning me late at night. I'm ready for my bed.
That's very authentic, Janine.
So thank you, and thank you always for the opportunity. But I think it is about authenticity. I think it's about us being real. And I really am saying I really am exceptionally proud as a South African, having gone through a journey of gone through the corporate world, working with government, being in government myself, and obviously being a corporate citizen. I'm incredibly proud of the incredible leaders we have right now, leading our country through this crisis that we currently have around the world.
What is the difference between leadership and authentic leadership?
Well, I think look at yourself. Francis, you've been around the block. People that are listening have been around the block. They've seen and experienced things. And I think it boils down to honesty, integrity, consistency, reliability. And one of the most important things is transparency. And you're clearly seeing that being exposed by leaders around the world.
Okay, so you've mentioned our own leaders. Just take us through your rating of President Cyril Ramaphosa, his response, and the health ministers, William Kize.
So I really think our president is doing a phenomenal job. There's no doubt that our current president is, Cyril Ramaphosa is undoubtedly being transparent. He's being honest. And he's sorry, I'm just also listening to the guys talking with me as well. But, the key thing is how we receive communication. So if someone communicates to us regularly, so the Minister of the Department of Health is being phenomenal. He's been honest, he's been transparent, and every single day he's been communicating with us. Now that consistency is what we need to hear. The other thing is that the messages are very clear. Initially, when the messages came out, they were all in English. I don't know if we all noticed that. It obviously started changing thereafter, and we needed to remember that we have 11 languages in our country. So that's what happened with our reliability. We needed to consistently communicate with a reliable aspect of how we talk with our people.
Yeah. Otherwise, people would have started speculating, I'm sure, Janine. Maybe the cases are worse than they're saying, not trusting authority.
Well, this is the thing, I think, Francis, the consumer has access to so much information. So we mustn't underestimate our citizen and our consumer and really our communities. Our communities are very well read. They know where to get access to information. So we need to talk with people. So it's the tonality that we utilize. It's the body language we use. So when we talk authentic leadership, it's about saying, have you prepared beforehand? Do you know what you're going to say, when you're going to say it? What platforms are you going to utilize it? And just make very sure that you're prepared for that specific environment. If you're going to be genuine, utilize the right eye contact. Make sure that you're utilizing the right body language. Don't think you can fake it in front of a community, and certainly not in front of a government or a business environment. Yeah. People read right through that.
Do you think it's so important right now? I mean, if people weren't on board with the president's plans, with government's plans, with the lockdown, and staying on board as well is important. Otherwise, there could be rioting on the streets.
Well, Francis, absolutely. It goes back down to preparation. Preparation. So it's, do you know which messages you're going to utilize for a specific audience? And the other side of it is, have we prepared for the eventuality? So have we done our crisis plans? Have we put the eventuality in? Have we sort of sat down and said, what could we look into the particular situation that we're anticipating? And as long as you've done your preparation plans as a business leader, you're fine. And then you know how to communicate, and you communicate with confidence. Because if you're not confident, people will read into it immediately.
Yeah. Do you want to venture an opinion about how the President of the United States has handled himself, just cutting funding to the WHO in the midst of a pandemic?
You know, what I personally read into it, and really I always say you can only speak from a point of your own personal opinion. And that is, I think we have a man that's actually out of control at the moment. And we have a man that is in fear because he's not listening to anybody. And I think that's the fear of any leader. If you don't listen and you don't take advice, you're not an expert at everything. It's impossible for you to be an expert at everything as a leader, and especially a president of a country. So he's got to listen, take the advice, and then work with those leaders and communicate. He should be calming the nation right now rather than having the outlandish outbursts.
Yeah. I think countries have handled this so differently. You know, you kind of think, okay, there's a president, there's a government, there are these institutions in each country. But we're seeing how different the responses can be to this pandemic. Some have been praised for a quick response, some lagging behind. I really think afterwards, and do you agree with me, there could be some probing and some exposing of leadership at this time and how it's made a difference in the course of this disease in each country.
I absolutely agree with you. I mean, Francis, it is about how you present yourself, how you do your preparation. I keep saying preparation because we don't do enough of that in Africa. It takes a lot of work to do your preparation. And I was very proud today. I've been talking to one of our SOEs today, and they said right now they're doing their preparation for when COVID is over. So if we do all our preparation now and we look for all the different eventualities, you can never plan for every single crisis. But if you take as much into consideration as possible and you hear what is being said in the communities and what is being said on ground level, and especially as business leaders and government, you will be heard. And when you are consistent with your message, you cut through that. And the big thing is be available. Be available to people. Don't just switch off an 8 to 5. Make sure that we're also available to media. Respect that media is a very important stakeholder, and we need to work with the media through the crisis challenging situations.
All right. Well, thank you for recognizing that at the end. Let's leave it there. That was Janine Hills, founder and CEO of Authentic.